Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love, and this week I would like to talk about something I rarely talk about, and that is divorce, and specifically the Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon split, since that's currently in the news. After 6 years, they are going to be breaking up. Some people are surprised, some people aren't. I was hoping that it would last, but okay, what can you do? Well, actually, you can do something, because I was looking at the reasons online, of course I didn't get it right from the source, as to why they were divorcing, and I didn't see anything that couldn't be fixed. The main reason it seemed was that Nick is never home. So it's kind of hard to keep a marriage together if one person is always away, if you're always apart. It's like, what's the point of being married? And so I'm just going to guess as to what happened, because if someone's not home, there's a reason. It's not like he needed to work. All right, he doesn't have to be working. He could just be laying back by the pool, being fed olives and being fanned. But he wants to work, which is great. Nobody wants to be accused of living off of their wife's money. And the problem is that he was always working. Barely home, barely slept. And I think my professional guess is the reason for that, besides wanting to make his own money, is that he didn't want to be home. When a guy's working that much, or even a woman's working that much, they're at home, it's because they don't want to be home. So I don't know what was happening, but I can only guess. I did hang out with Mariah for a bit in the past, and not as friends, but among other people. And just knowing what I do know about her, obviously we know she's a diva, and I don't know if she dropped that diva attitude at home, but no matter who you are outside the home, in the home, you still have to be who you really are, which is, at the end of the day, a woman, a female, that needs love, that needs a husband, if you're married. And I think she probably wasn't able to drop that diva act, I'm going to call it an act, when she was home. So she's felt probably, well, I have more money, I'm the bigger star, I'm the diva, so you need to, I'm the boss, so you need to do what I say. Of course, no man is going to want that. A man would rather be respected than be loved. Okay, I hope you got that. Let me say that again, because this is where a lot of women go wrong. A man would rather be respected than loved. So if you don't respect a man, he is going to slowly, or sometimes not so slowly, make his way out of your life, because men need respect. Not like women don't understand that, because women don't really need respect. Yeah, of course we don't want to be disrespected, but it's not the same if you're a man. That's at the basis of their manhood. That's why you don't want to emasculate a man, because that's the same as disrespecting him. So I think that's probably what was going on. She was disrespecting him, she was emasculating him, and so of course he didn't want to be there, and he was never home, and thus the split. So it's nothing that can't be fixed with therapy, but as usual, instead of trying to fix things, people would rather divorce, which brings me to the topic of divorce. The rate is 50%, supposedly. Let's say it is, around there. And people go, oh my God, that's so high. But actually, I don't think it needs to be that high. First of all, marriages between people under 26, the divorce rate is 80%. So that certainly adds to the 50% rate. So if we were to remove those people from the percentage, I'm sure obviously it would be a lot less than 50%. Let's say it goes down to 30%. Not bad. Not as good, not as bad as 50. Could be better, but 30%, okay. 1 in 3 chance. Also, the other problem I think is that people just are not willing to work things out. If there's an issue, there's a problem, they just say, okay, forget it. We don't get along. That's it, it's over. There's always going to be issues on which you're not going to agree and which you're not going to get along. And if you're not willing to work through them, go to therapy, then you're going to end up divorced. I think a lot of divorces are really unnecessary. It's just a matter of learning how to communicate and how to get your needs met. And then I think the third reason for the high divorce rate is that some people just should never have been married in the first place. They didn't go into it totally thinking about what it was and what they were looking for and what it was going to be like, and then they get married and they're like, oops. So the divorce rate really doesn't have to be 50%. if people went to counseling instead of divorcing, and if people had premarital counseling before divorce, I think we could really bring that divorce rate down so that nobody has to be afraid of the 50% divorce rate. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, please post them below or contact me at my website, theartoflove.net. And in the meantime, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.